The year is 2034. The world is no longer the place it used to be. After a mysterious cosmic event, terrifying creatures arrived on Earth. They don't hunt by sound, they hunt by light.
Once night falls, even the smallest light becomes a death sentence. A phone screen, a flashlight, any source of light can bring them straight to you.
A single match. Even the reflection of bright light in someone's eyes is enough to attract them.
Before long, the entire world had learned one simple rule: survive by living in complete darkness.
In a small, isolated village lived one family: Daniel, the father; Sarah, the mother; Noah, the older son; and Lily, the youngest daughter. Every evening, before the sun disappeared, the entire house had to be covered with thick black cloth. Not a single beam of light could escape.
Not a single ray of light could be allowed to escape. Every window was sealed behind heavy blackout curtains.
Every light bulb was covered with a black shield, and whenever light was absolutely necessary, they used only the faintest red glow. The creatures couldn't see dim red light. One morning, the family set out for the old town to gather food and supplies.
The entire town was deserted. Every store was left wide open, but there wasn't a single person anywhere.
It looked as if everyone had disappeared without warning. The family moved carefully, gathering only the supplies they truly needed.
Then Lily spotted a small LED toy. She smiled and quietly slipped it into her backpack. No one noticed what Lily had hidden in her backpack. As evening approached, the family hurried home before darkness could take over. Darkness had taken over. The family moved carefully through the forest, knowing that even the smallest mistake could cost them everything.
Suddenly, the toy inside Lily's backpack turned on by itself. A bright blue light spread across the entire forest. Everyone froze. Daniel reacted instantly, racing toward the backpack like a bolt of lightning. But it was already too late. Dozens of glowing eyes appeared high above the trees, and they were all staring at the light. Within seconds, the creatures dropped from the trees. Daniel smashed the glowing toy, and darkness returned once again.
But it was already too late. One creature attacked Noah before the darkness returned. Somehow, the family escaped with their lives. 1 year later, the family had become far more prepared. Beneath their home, they built an underground bunker to survive whatever came next.
Every night, Daniel studied the creatures. Slowly, he uncovered a shocking truth. They weren't blind after all.
Their eyes were unbelievably sensitive. They could detect even the faintest light from miles away.
But they had one weakness. A powerful ultraviolet flash could blind them for a few precious seconds. But they had one weakness. A powerful ultraviolet flash could blind them for a few precious seconds. Meanwhile, Sarah was expecting another baby. And suddenly, the family's greatest fear became even more real.
Even the medical lights needed for the baby's delivery had to be carefully prepared. If even a single burst of bright light escaped outside, the entire family would be doomed.
To eliminate every risk, Daniel built a special delivery room that didn't rely on electricity. To eliminate every risk, Daniel built a special delivery room that didn't rely on electricity.
Noah believed his father cared more about the research than anything else. With every passing day, the distance between them continued to grow.
Noah believed his father no longer cared about the family. One night, angry and heartbroken, he left home all by himself. He had no idea that from a distant hill, someone had already seen the tiny beam of his flashlight. He had no idea that from a distant hill, someone had already seen the tiny beam of his flashlight.
Within minutes, the entire forest was crawling with dozens of creatures. Noah had only one choice: run.
Death was closing in behind Noah. At that very moment, Sarah suddenly went into labor. Inside the bunker, Sarah was fighting for her life, caught between life and death as the baby was about to be born.
Meanwhile, Noah was trapped alone in the darkness, surrounded by creatures that were closing in with every passing second. Daniel made his choice. He stepped into the darkness, determined to bring Noah home. Daniel made his choice. He stepped into the darkness, determined to bring Noah home.
Deep in the forest, Daniel used his ultraviolet flash for the very first time. And his research proved to be right. Deep in the forest, Daniel used his ultraviolet flash for the very first time. And his research proved to be right.
The moment the intense violet light flashed, every creature twisted in unbearable pain.
The armored plates above their eyes opened, revealing the one weakness they had been hiding all along. The armored plates above their eyes opened, revealing the one weakness they had been hiding all along.
But the UV flash lasted only 5 seconds. Then the battery died, and the creatures came back, even angrier.
Daniel managed to save Noah, but he stayed behind, knowing that if he tried to run now, if he escaped now, the creatures would follow him straight to the house.
So Daniel made his final move. He lit the flare and pulled every creature toward himself. Hundreds of creatures charged straight toward Daniel. From a distance, Noah watched in horror, tears streaming down his face.
Within moments, Daniel disappeared into the darkness.
Morning finally arrived. As the sun rose, every creature disappeared beneath the ground.
Noah returned home. Sarah was safe, and the family had welcomed a baby girl. Daniel never came home. But Noah found his journal. On the final page, it read,
If you're reading this, remember one thing. Every monster has a weakness.
Noah improved the ultraviolet device, determined to continue his father's research.
For the first time, humanity finally had hope.
Will Noah defeat the creatures, or will they return even stronger? If you want part 2, let us know in the comments.